Hey, it's Ryan. I'm joined by Brett and Wyatt. We're playing more Final Fantasy XIII.
I'm back, baby.
And Wyatt, if you could just do me a favor and read the chapter name in the save data for me, just because I really need your take on this.
Nope.
Just no. Okay.
The first thing I saw was Sunlift Waterscape. Shit, what? And I was like, oh, nope, I'm good.
No wishing for daddy?
I wish I wasn't here, daddy.
Well, we got it anyway.
And I have, of course, been keeping up with the story. I've been watching your guys' streams, so I know exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
And I know
it's gonna make perfect sense to you.
This is all. This all makes sense. You know, I'm here for it.
To be fair, you haven't missed that much, despite the 10 hours of gameplay in between. But
that's not a good sign. That's not a good sign.
It's not a lot of big narrative, but it's a lot of
you missed a lot of character moments.
The first 75% of the game is really in-depth character. Basically, it's a character study.
They're setting stuff up.
Setting stuff up, but on the character level, it pays off also, and so they kind of become different people by the point where the game's big narrative takes hold.
It's a slow burn. I can respect that. You know what else I can respect? The fact that this guy's guns look like Nerf guns.
Yep. Hopefully we'll get to some Hope gameplay, and you can just see the gizmo gadget that he uses that just looks like you could buy it from Toys R Us in 2006.
If that ain't the best kind of weapon in a video game, I don't know what is, clearly.
Yup.
I do love this creature design, though. This looks so cool.
Yeah, Skill Beast.
He really immediately went for for fighting this guy again. After saying we wouldn't again last time.
Well, he was there, and we had to fight him. He's bioed, he'll die eventually.
Okay. Wyatt, for reference, entering this area probably 5 or 6 minutes before putting this away the last time we played, a giant pop-up covered the screen saying some enemies are optional, and had a literal PNG of these guys because this would happen if you do them perfectly at this level.
Oh no!
Which, to Ryan's credit, he did do one on his first try last time.
It was actually very startlingly easy as well.
Yeah, it was good because you did the thing you were supposed to do, which is break their shell over and over. But for pure comedy, that had to happen.
Yeah, I did. We have to fight this one because I want the loot.
I forgot that her standard walk is a prance.
Yeah, it's like a nice little prance.
Full on happy-go-lucky skipping.
Jesus Christ.
Get deprotected, loser.
Now beat the crap out of him while he's naked. As you should.
Shoot him with those Nerf guns, baby.
Nerf guns and liberal amounts of magic.
Well, what she has is a lined fishing pole.
Yeah, it is. It is a weird fishing thing. Is the best way to describe it.
It does nothing. Okay.
God, that is some fat damage.
Some stinky damage.
Not get one shot this time. Okay, well I can not get one shot.
Is it really over?
Well.
Maybe we're not supposed to fight this guy yet.
Look, he was shockingly easy the first time. Get it? Because I died from shock.
You did fight him last time after playing for like an hour and a half right before it, so you were ready. You were warmed up.
Let me murder you so I can get.
It's gonna be a 45-minute stream of just trying and failing
this
to get this
guy.
one orb.
Change is good, Pops.
I mean, isn't that most like Elden Ring streams though? Is just someone fighting one boss for like 3 hours?
Yeah. I want to find there's this one streamer I watch who's really awesome, Lobos Jr. And he was doing no upgrade, like soul level upgrade, weapon upgrade, or like DLC blah 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 upgrade that you need to do damage to any of the DLC bosses, and he was just doing pure level 1 everything against the final boss of the DLC.
Man, Souls-like players, I respect the hell out of them, but they are
legitimately.
They're insane.
The question is, why are all my hinderings failing?
Forever.
I'm sure this is old news, but like I heard a story, a tale of someone who tried to be who wanted to beat every single like FromSoft Souls game in a row without dying once.
Yes.
Which
he did it.
Oh my god, how?
I think.
And if he dies, he has to start all the way from Demon's.
Well, not only is it no death, I'm pretty sure it was no hit.
Yeah, it was. He literally could not get hit a single time.
Yeah, so he did every single Souls-like FromSoft game without getting hit once, which is absolutely insane. I think
he just needs to add armor core and do it again.
Yeah, which is crazy because like that half of it is up to luck in that game because of the amount of just spam. But I think he's moved on to just like doing different controllers now, like Guitar Hero controllers and shit. If I'm thinking of the same guy.
Y'all are insane. I respect the hell out of you. Y'all are insane.
I mean, it's literally the FromSoft streamer is just a different breed. It's crazy. They've just transcended humanity.
Yeah, seriously.
And I can't even be like, oh yeah, I'm one of them too, because I can't handle a challenge run. I don't know. I just play the games like a normal person. They're absolutely crazy.
Follow my lead, Pops.
The
Scale Beast just doesn't want to cooperate. Lose your shell.
Difficult this is, Ryan. I'm getting flashbacks to when we were playing Inquisition multiplayer.
Jesus.
I'm just getting one tapped.
It's comedic because the first one I took down died so quickly.
Yeah, he literally did it perfectly. I wonder if it may be worth it to, I don't know if you have it, but, for when he's shelled, to, do some damage with the Double Ravager.
Yeah, maybe.
Just to build up the stagger bar faster, because you can't, it is a little scary because you lose the stagger bar faster without a commando, but if you switch at the right time, you can build up a bunch and then keep it.
Yeah, I'm gonna get one shot by him.
Is it really over?
This guy may just be actually unbeatable now. I can't get the loot, Brett. What am I supposed to do?
He spent the whole entire time that we stopped playing training for this moment.
We talked so much shit last time.
It's true. It's true.
God, I gotta check my crystals.
He's destroying you so much, it makes me think that you're lying and you didn't get him last time, and now he's just...
At least we have it recorded. At least we actually
video
do
evidence.
That's true. Well, of course, I know that you beat him because, like I said, I caught up with everything that's happening. So we're good.
Yeah, of course you did.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't want to sell anything because I'm a malicious hoarder in these games.
Go past them. It's okay.
But there's loot, Brett. And I
It's
just told you I'm a
there's-
hoarder.
Ryan, just keep walking. Just keep walking.
There's more loot past it. Like, you can't even see it on the map right now. It doesn't exist.
Oh, wait, no, sorry. Ryan, keep prancing. Just keep prancing.
Yeah, just keep prancing.
Keep prancing. It's okay. See,
I
look,
will
there's more right
never
there.
recover from this.
There's more right there.
But I know I left the loot behind, Brett.
I just
talking
love that
about?
those are chests. I can't.
I
get
know.
over it. And
we've talked about it before, but everything is so, like, just, like, weirdly over-designed. And I don't necessarily think in a bad way. It's just, like, over-designed as in, like, really, really detailed and, like things are shaped really oddly compared to what you think they would be, but it looks pretty, like, unique. Whether you like it or not, I feel like you can't say it looks like a bunch of other shit.
No, I'll give it that, if nothing else. Absolutely. You know what I do love are these penguins in a Halloween ghost costume.
The gremlins.
The little gremlin boys.
These
The
are
gremlin
great.
gang. Murder.
Murdered that gremlin.
I killed the gremlin gang.
There will be more.
And I will murder them too.
No gremlin
Murder
nor
them
gang
all.
is safe.
They're not safe, Brett. They're guarding a chest. Since they have to die.
And this is they came at a bad time. You gotta take your
It's
your
their
anger
fault
out.
for being in the way.
It's true.
Way to go, Sass! Take that! Yes!
These guys are complete pushovers.
Yes, they're normal enemies.
I was gonna say, it's almost like they're leveled for
And a Tibble.
Like they're not scale beasts?
A giant pop-up didn't come up before walking onto the screen that they were on, saying that maybe you should go like just past them instead.
Oh, there's so many of them.
You feel like a big man for beating up on all these cosplaying penguins, Ryan? You feel like a big man, big strong man?
I feel like I
You
don't
feel like
have
a
a choice.
big man for beating up children.
If the children didn't want to get beaten up, they shouldn't have been here.
True.
And this game has set a precedent for children having weapons in this world, so you know,
Yes.
everything's off the table.
Consulting the crystals. Can I level this up anymore? I don't think so.
Man, I'm going to be staying up late tonight. However, am I going to get up in time for work without a Nintendo Alarmo?
I considered
Sorry, it, like-
buying one just for the
No,
meme.
why? Why?
Just for the meme.
Why?
And then I realized
That's
it was
how you know you have too
$100
much
and
money.
it's too much.
It
way
like
too
randomly
much.
That was
came across
before
my
I saw
screen.
the price. I was like, that's insane.
Oh my god. We're getting an alarm clock before a Switch too. That's so funny. I love that.
They announced an alarm clock before a Switch 2.
Well, excuse me, they announced an announcement for an unannounced system. So, you know, get your facts
Yeah.
straight.
And then they announced a test for an unannounced thing soon.
Within this fiscal year.
Something
Maybe.
will happen.
We might eventually do a thing.
Oh man.
And I like to their credit, I guess it literally doesn't matter what they do; it'll be fine. But it's just really funny that they're, I don't know, just being so stupid about it, and as is the usual Nintendo way.
Guys, they're starting to realize that the Switch is incredibly
Are the
underpowered. What
alarm
do we
bells
do?
going off in your head?
Yeah, the alarmo bells are going off in my head because my fucking roommate has been just trying to play original Final Fantasy VII. You know, the game that you can play on a fucking phone, and it overheats the Switch to the point where the game freezes. It's
Dude,
incredible. It freezes and won't like keep playing.
You look
I mean,
I
we've talked
think
amazing.
not at
that
all.
Switch might be broken. Because mine
It is
does
a
not
launch
do that.
Switch.
Surprising. Cute girl like
I've
me.
also been playing Final Fantasy VII on my Switch, and it's fine.
I'm just gonna.
Saz is
No
just
matter-
like, nope,
do
not
like,
gonna engage with this.
Saz doesn't care. So also, you know, he's right at the peak of his. I just want to give up and lie down and die.
His sad
Sub
boy
arc
hours.
right now.
Being made a lassie, it's not easy.
Oh, why don't you remind us what a lassie is?
Even I'm kind of worried.
The last time he was here, he didn't learn.
But even
oh, you know,
what'll
I mean,
happen?
who doesn't know what a
We have to keep our
what a
drinks
lassie is? It's a dog.
Have
It's a dog,
something to
lassie,
look forward
right?
to,
He's right. He's
You
right.
know?
Yeah.
Give this man a true.
Next stop is Nautilus, City of Dreams.
Yep.
What the fuck is happening?
Bird just went into his hair. Don't you see?
Yeah, he was talking about dreams.
That thing is very cute. Oh.
Did a little roll.
He's a cool combat rule.
Sass?
No Saz.
Immediately goes the other way.
You better not be showing me any sass.
The cool rock wall.
I'm sure no one's ever made that joke before.
The most Forge World rock wall I've ever seen since Forge
I was
World.
about to say.
Dude, isn't it crazy how just like the environment in Halo Reach still sometimes looks better than environments in games that came out like yesterday? Isn't it crazy? Like I don't know, like there's just some engines, the way they render like rock faces is just very unsatisfying.
Yeah, it is interesting. Like you can have a game that looks really good, like especially with like textures and stuff in other parts, and then you look at a rock wall, and you're like, "What did you guys go to lunch? This?
Yeah,
What
literally.
happened?
Just thinking.
What happened?"
Just thinking.
Don't blame yourself. You know.
Don't blame
you
yourself.
can't
Saz, that
control
rock wall doesn't look that
secrets
bad.
and focus.
It's not your fault.
Why don't you tell us what a falsy is? What?
My son Dodge.
Oh, you just answered. No, that's not true.
Well, you know, it's I like to call a lifeline.
He said he wanted to see a foul sea.
Hello.
So I took him to
On
get
the
a tour of
lifeline.
Julia's Gorge. Thought I'd surprise him with a chocobo chick to take.
Different lifeline, please.
No. Listen, you might not like it, but I am the best source of information out of the three of us for this one specific use case.
I know you're in here. Dodge! Where are you? Say something. Dodge! Hey, what's wrong? Dodge!
Now, why was Vanille here?
Daddy.
Hmm.
It's all right.
She's the falsy.
You okay? You're not hurt, are you? What's that? Apparently, those post-Lassie had snuck in and tried to attack the Sanctum Falsy. It did the only thing it could and made Dodge a Lassie to protect it. My son, he got picked by a Sanctum Falsy. He's a hero. But where
Oh,
post-Lassie,
what?
Dodge's enemies.
So imagine what if like
Showed up right after
God
Alcides nuts.
was yeah.
Even then, they couldn't figure out his focus.
Imagine if God was a big, cool-looking rock,
Maybe it was
and to
good
make
for
sure that
both,
nobody
see?
did anything
Maybe
bad
he
to
was
it, it
killer.
couldn't really do anything by itself. It just made other
Either way,
people around it
how can
capable
you
of
tear
doing
down
wacky
things that make
things
sense?
to protect it.
Is God not a rock?
After he was
I'm
made
confused.
LSE, Dodge had some way of
I
sensing things.
that's up to your interpretation. I'm just
He was
talking
the one
about
who
Final
prevented
Fantasy
most from the sea.
XIII.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Right?
Fair enough.
So
But
that's
even
why I
though
put
it may
myself on
seem
the
really
train to
cool
Purgatory.
to be picked by God to have all these
I
cool
figured his focus had to have
powers
something
and
to do
stuff,
with destroying that
the
post-Falsi.
catch is well, there's two catches. Number
Might be
one
good
is
for
that
him.
you are given a focus, which is a mission that may or may
All
not
the
be
rest,
very well explained to you.
if I was
And
right
if you
about his
don't carry it
focus,
out,
it's
you
probably a
turn
crystal already.
into a
Of
monster.
course,
And
if he was
when you do
supposed to take
carry it
down bad
out,
things, let's see,
you may or may not also become a big rock.
then either he
And the
died
other catch
or
is
he's the
that
same.
if you're
Die?
uh, if you're picked by God, this society doesn't like you, and you get purged because they think you're dangerous
Okay.
and scary.
So they did drop some very useful lore in the cinematic that solves a lot of problems that I've been wondering. Which is they specified that the Sanctum L'Cie they like. They like you if you're a Sanctum L'Cie and just do tests on you and don't purge you.
Yes, which
You're a
Which has
they
not been brought up until this point in the game.
they is the government because to
Oh, man.
the
Well, 'cause of course it is.
Well, yeah, but that's important because to the average layperson, any L'Cie is a L'Cie, and it doesn't matter, and they're scared of you because that's what they've been brainwashed to think. But yes, to the cocoon people, the government cocoon people, Sanctum L'Cie are good because we can use you as lab rats. Pulse L'Cie are bad because it means you're from the surface world and will wreak havoc and be Australian.
Realized I don't make choices in this game. I don't know why I have this many saves.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's because new save is the default button, and I just hit the default.
All right then.
Light orb?
Mhm.
Forge World. Alright.
What is it?
That's Forge World.
I just had to be sure.
You change the weather with the power of one simple
Device that
orb.
makes bad weather.
Hey, this is
Is
what all
that
those
a
conspiracy
device?
theorists are talking about.
Is that a device?
They used this on Florida just a little bit ago.
In the rain, did you?
Wait a second. Square Enix has got some explaining to do. Yeah, so changing the weather makes different enemies show up. And some of them might be easier or harder on different weather orb.
Orbs.
Pick your orb.
Pick my warp.
My orb.
All
is
the
this-
allies. How fun.
Was this the point where, like, for a period of time, Final Fantasy was very like high tech, almost like sci-fi rather than fantasy? Or like,
This is the
Yeah, just pretty
culmination
much-
of that. But
Okay.
Yeah.
they started that stuff with 7. Ages and ages
Yeah,
ago.
7
Oh, that's
was
true.
the big 7
And
was
you
the
could
big
probably
starting
even
point
point
for
to
that.
6 for a decent chunk of it.
6 has a good amount of it, but it's styled. it's hard to make it look that much differently from the fantasy stuff in the art style that all the SNES ones have, because it still feels very much like 4 and 5.
This was 360.
yes.
So they were allowed to kind of go more full in on kind of.
Yeah, which is I like. It has its detractors for that reason, which is why every so often they'll make a Final Fantasy for the freaks, and it'll just be like, oh, we made it fantasy again. which is one of their selling points for 16.
Yeah,
is
yeah.
that we
I know
focused
that.
on the fantasy setting again. But I don't know, like Final Fantasy I's last dungeon is like, what if all the fantasy world was built on the Earth is metal and there's a bunch of robots and ooh, isn't that crazy? So it's kind of been there
Well, it's definitely
forever.
it's unique, definitely, because like you can
Mhm.
still it's like, I mean, just even with these two characters, right? Vanille looks very like fantasy, and Taz looks very like science fiction almost. It's
He legitimately looks
interesting.
like, aside from his guns, he could be from like a Halo 3 cutscene. Like
Oh
actually.
yeah, absolutely. God, now
Which I
I'm
love.
trying to picture that.
I would love that. Man shows up with his
Legit,
chocolate
that'd
chick.
yes. That'd be. Listen, if Microsoft really wanted to get a big gamer stake in Japan, in the Japanese gaming scene, they should have put Saz in Halo 3.
And then everyone just knows him, and no one acts like this is a weird thing. There's that
Yeah,
one. There's
yeah.
that one where it just goes, "Stand F sensational."
even in the Final Fantasy brand of sci-fi, this is pretty pretty crazy. I mean, they much later on, one of the levels is just kind of like a you know that one picture where it's like this would be this is what life would be like if I don't know, like if Elon Musk never took over Twitter, for instance, and it's just a picture of like a beautiful like white sci-fi city with all like the trees on the skyscrapers and all the bridges are all like twisty and curvy and everything's all like pristine white and stuff. You'll get to a place like that eventually, and it's very like, wow, this is still Final Fantasy somehow. What the fuck is going on?
Doing its thing. Alright, I've learned my lesson. Hit the orb, and maybe the scale beast will go away.
He's learning.
Or maybe it'll still be
10
there and
hours
they're
in.
lying to me.
No, it got replaced by Peppers.
And then he walks all the way back and tries to fight that first monster again.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, I'm
yeah.
ready. Put me in, coach.
Just lots of hot peppers.
And now we're fighting a plant from Plants vs. Zombies.
Yeah, pretty much.
That is
Love it.
unremarkable.
Love it, love it.
Like the fact that these guys are weak to fire is insane to me.
Yeah.
They look
I
like they eat
hate
fire
that.
for breakfast.
Yeah, really. They might be hot peppers, but they are still plants. I don't know about
No, they
you,
don't
but
look
I
like
ain't never
hot
met a
peppers.
plant I could burn.
They don't look like hot peppers, they look like bell peppers. That's why they can't handle the heat.
Mhm.
They make lava sounds.
Just their color scheme alone.
Yeah, yeah.
They literally look like molten lava.
They're like, I touch you and I'm hot.
It's just... But I don't know, I'm not a freaking scientist. I don't know how this works.
Then they make Johnny Test whip crack sound effect when they attack you. Told you.
Get comboed. Loser. That's moves.
That was a cool little.
Cool little.
That was a
little
really
footsie
cool little
dance.
Fortnite. Yeah, it was a little Fortnite emote you just did on him.
You gotta hit him with that emote. Show him who's the boss.
Yeah, or else they won't know.
True.
Who's the MVP.
Love that there's like 3 ominous Death Stranding rocks floating in the air, or 4
Wow.
of them. Welcome to the beach.
You know, I could be not remembering, but the best part about that is I'm pretty sure they're just there. And I don't think there's any, like... There might be something in, like, the codec or whatever, but I don't think there's any... These are the flying rocks of the shoreside, don't you know? The shoreside's famous for the flying rocks.
To be fair, that is a very Final Fantasy thing to do.
I prefer it that way, that they don't bring up the flying rocks. You just look at them and go, ah. Flying rocks. Hey. See?
Gotta get a little rocked on. Rocktacular. Gotta do the circle for loot. Don't look like there's anything over there. Except for a dragon?
Yeah, that's
Excuse
the optional fellas for the Turtle Boy equivalents.
Are they? Does
Yes.
that mean I need to fight one?
I remember them being way harder than the Turtle Boys.
Yeah,
But-
I don't want to redo all of that.
If there was a save thing right here, different story. Instead, you must fight Froglodon.
Not
The
Frogglemore.
Froglodon's 3.
Not the Froglodites.
That's good.
Love how we went from like Mecha Behemoth to little frog tadpole grasshopper dudes. In the words of Earth Defense Force, they look just like us. Don't do the courtship dance.
dance.
I don't want to see that. Stop. Get some help. Oh,
No.
he got some help.
He did. He listened to you.
Doing an inconvenient amount of split damage between my characters, and I don't like that.
Hell yeah.
Get castable?
Oh, not the...
Video!
No!
I'm sorry.
Ugh.
Good camera.
Yeah, my biggest issue with this combat system is sometimes you will just all of a sudden lose your entire health bar.
Yeah. It's
It does occasionally happen.
a very I don't know. I think last time I compared it to like a balancing act, and then sometimes it feels like you're balancing 85,000 plates on your fucking index finger, and you just fall over. They all shatter.
Get good.
That would fix the problem, yeah. Get paradigm shifted.
They should add saws to Fortnite.
Would that make you play it
More, yeah.
more?
You forget why that I already
Yeah, Brett
I already
plays
have,
Fortnite.
I have more than dabbled. I have more than
Oh my
dabbled.
god, that's right.
Okay, we're just gonna do this.
My 2 cents about that is that the current Halloween update is really frustrating because the purple fog they have over the entire battle royale map is overstimulating, and I can't focus on anything when I try to shoot people because it's too blinding. I don't like it.
Brett, you played Fortnite before you played the finals, and quite frankly, that's insulting to me.
Listen, riding Metal Gear Solid isn't Fortnite. Riding Metal Gear Solid is not in the finals.
Yeah, that's a
As far
fair
as
point.
I know.
I played Fortnite to get the Metal Gear Solid gang.
For a game that you don't even like that much.
But
They
I
also
can
have
play
Peter
as
Griffin.
Solid
They also have
Snake.
Peter Griffin. They either have or they're adding the chicken to fight Peter Griffin. They have the Pickle Rick back bling. Why? Now the finals does not have the Pickle Rick back bling, and I don't know if the finals has anything.
I wasn't aware
to-
of how serious an issue you two have with brain rot. This is news to me.
Hey,
Jesus Christ.
do I care about almost any of these things in a serious way? No. But why? You need to understand. Then it's the same like Peter Griffin. Peter Griffin being in Fortnite. You need to understand this. Listen to me very closely. You can kill Peter Griffin. You can kill Pickle Rick. You need to understand this. So I take great pride in being able to do that, and there's not many other games in the current market
I
that
remember
allow you to do such a thing.
I played it with Ryan a little while ago because for some reason, what was even the reason we decided to play it
Solid
like
Snake.
a year or two ago? No, remember?
Solid
It
Snake.
was way
This is
before that. You and I were
bull.
just like, let's just play Fortnite. And then
Oh,
it
I
was
think we were curious. We had never really tried it, so it was like, oh, let's just
Yeah.
see what it's all about.
I played a little bit of it when it first came out, when the Battle Royale mode first came out. And then I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
I
what is
won't
it now?
say that we had a great
Um,
time.
The moment I realized I wasn't going to enjoy myself is when I saw Master Chief doing the Fortnite dance, and I was like, I'm not usually the kind of person whose childhood gets ruined off of one thing, but that did it for me.
That's incredible. And that's incredible. I think that's beautiful. I think that's beautiful. You need to understand that in his own game, you can put cat ears on his helmet now, so nothing is sacred anymore. If he does the floss, who am I to say no to that? I don't know. It's Master Chief and he's doing the floss. I think it's beautiful.
It's the most beautiful floss I've ever
And
seen.
you.
Incredible. Nobody hits the gritty like he does. No, I've seen it. I've seen
Never-
John
never
117
seen-
hit the gritty. It's beautiful.
We've never seen anyone hit the wall greater than he did in the history of this country.
Rotten Halsey could never hope to hit the gritty like this man. Dirty Rotten Halsey.
What, you think Taylor Swift can hit it as well? No.
I meant Dr. Halsey, you faker.
Wow, Wyatt. Outing yourself like that.
Well, no, it's because he hates Taylor Swift, and so it was making it. Never mind. I don't care anymore.
That's a 12-fold misinterpretation. I think that might be a first time unique interaction. I don't think anyone on God's green earth has had that kind of stupidity before until us.
see, now that is special. That is something.
Yeah, that's
I-
why you need to be on more 13 episodes.
This game does something to my brain chemistry. This game
It
does
doesn't always.
something to my brain chemistry where
We
like
either have
I'm not even
like,
really engaging with what's happening right now, but it's still affecting me.
we either have like the longest, most in-depth conversation about old JRPGs possible, or go into utter nonsense for an hour.
It's beautiful.
Impressions of Donald Trump playing Fortnite. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And then that's
You
when
know-
Brett is like, "Wait, you thought it was doing a Trump impression?"
No.
And then the misunderstanding continues.
My God. No, that actually was my Taylor Swift impression. When we were flying back from the wedding excursion I was at recently, and the airport, just in like one of the airport shops next to all the usual candies, like the normal shit, like Twizzlers, Hershey's, Nestle, Crunch Bar, like all like the regular candies you'd expect to see at like. There was there was a Donald Trump chocolate bar that just had his face on it, and then on the other side of this circular cashier's like kiosk that these ladies were doing the cashier stuff behind. It was like a whole circular desk,
Stop
so
it,
they
there
could
was a
serve as
Harris
many
one,
people as
too?
possible.
Please tell me there was
Yes,
a Harris
there was a
one.
Harris one on the other side. There was
That's
one for
amazing.
both, and I can't imagine what company would do this. Why are they officially sanctioned in the
Right,
Newark
Listen,
airport?
when I come up
Trump
to Seattle,
steaks.
I'm gonna look for those in the airport and see if they still
Dude.
exist. Because at that point, it will be after the election, and I'm gonna be so
Oh my
curious if
God.
they still have them.
Yeah.
Listen, Trump steaks didn't go anywhere. Trump chocolate, though, that's going places. You know what
Trump
I'm
chocolate.
saying? The best chocolate.
Do you think he makes money from that? Do you think
Down in the
he
chocolate
gets any
factory.
money from Trump chocolate?
In
I
case-
honestly,
In
maybe
case
not.
either of you or anyone listening to this doesn't know, Trump steaks was a thing. He tried to sell steaks through the sharper image. This is a real thing.
It was like Omaha steaks, but bad.
Yeah,
God.
yeah.
They were doing this and such peaceful music is happening.
Yeah, but literally one of the best songs in the game is playing. That's a dragon. I don't know if
That's a
That is
what
a
the?
dragon.
Oh my god.
it might be. I know it's like doesn't that give you like the there's a giant insect on my wall fight or flight response
I
because
was
it's just
like,
so
what
like
is a
big.
dragon?
You're like I don't know what this is. I don't know what it is.
Oh my god. I was about to say
Yeah,
they
but now
should
there's a
just
skill
like
beast, but I
oh, but now
probably
there's
won't
that.
pass it. Nope.
Ooh.
Nope, can't just run
Ooh.
past it.
Ooh.
So I have to fight one of the two.
Well, you've beaten one of these before.
Flawlessly as well. So I'm
Can you
really
do it
not
again?
sure what's happening otherwise.
Does Saz have protect on him yet?
Great question. I don't know because I don't control him.
This right here is Ryan's personal shell.
Personal shell. Yeah, I would even when if it continues to beat the shit out of you, I would say even when the scale beast is all like debuffed and stuff, I would wait until Saz is finished putting every single buff on you that he can put right now, and then commence the beatdown.
I think he did it. I think he put every buff he has.
Well, he put it on you, not on him. You only have
True,
one round of
true.
casting. He's still
We'll throw
got
some
more.
more.
He's putting shit on you that doesn't even matter.
No, there
There
he
we
is. Now he's
go.
helping himself. Oh my god, he
Oh,
didn't get one
Almost
shot?
died. Oh, I think Hope might be the synergist that starts with Protect and stuff,
Yeah.
and Saz is the more active guy. I forgot they kind of separated it like that.
This just means I know I have to keep him at absolutely full health or he will die.
Oh, he's got the sauce though.
Yeah, dual casting, I can't get that bar filled. I have to be on this one. So I was he's healing or he's gonna die.
I say they should add just like giant like this level like monsters and stuff into Fortnite. But do you guys remember / have you ever played? And I know Ryan probably has like the Epic Games Monster Hunter attempt.
Yeah, Dauntless.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
actually.
Man, that was a time. Is that still? That isn't still a thing, is it?
Yeah, it is.
That actually surprises me.
I think it's actually been doing pretty well.
I'm surprised. Like, legitimately, I'm like not even pleasantly or negatively surprised. Like, just completely
Flabbergasted.
emotionlessly surprised that that is still a thing, and like they had the mind to shut Concord down so fast. It's just like I wouldn't think there would be that big of a player base.
I would be
I remember,
so curious to be in the meetings about Concord, man.
Oh my god, yeah. Or the meetings, not only the meetings about Concord, but the meetings about every like currently like going or about to be released live service game like after like in the wake of Concord failing. Like those all those meetings with all those dev teams must have been really awkward, and even though they had nothing to do with Concord other than presumably making something within like a similar genre, probably must have been really like sad and probably scary too.
They just walk into the meeting room, it's pure silence. They just look at each other for a minute and they go, "So we're not doing that."
Yeah. Yeah. Because I would imagine it's like to be made fun of on such a grand scale is legitimately like that's probably pretty important for the industry as a whole.
Well, and think about too, like, it's a PlayStation game. They haven't had an L like this in a long time. Like,
Yeah.
it's been a hot minute. Like, probably the worst it's been is like Last of Us 2, and even then that was more like divisive than it was like just everyone
Straight up
hates it.
bad, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was opinionated people, not it was a bad game.
Oh, we've done it.
Yeah, this time it wasn't one-shotting me. So, I'll take that. It just took a while.
And he had Gremlin backup too, and it just didn't matter.
Now no dragon, but another scale beast, but
There's
there's
another
nothing
one.
there, so it doesn't matter.
Speaking of Last of Us, I don't know if I'm emotionally and mentally in the spot to go through Last of Us 2 discourse again when the show comes out.
That's a good point.
That's gonna be something else. I
Well,
will
honestly,
say one of my
I hope they do the thing, or at least some degree of the things we were talking about just structuring it better, because I think that all applies to TV as well, and a lot of the problems with 2 were structural and not actual narrative.
I think you can get away with it if they want to keep the structure the same. They can get away with it a little bit more in TV because it's
You're also not
much
playing it for 40
segmented by
hours, right? Like, you're
well,
not...
that's the other thing. It's very much segmented by episodes. So when they want to cut to, you know, a different perspective, it's a lot, and spend time with it. It's a lot easier to do that in the context of a TV show.
Yeah, it's a built-in
than it
method.
is. Yeah.
And you could basically get away with doing that like almost just like unspoken, like how like Avatar would have like they had like one episode or like one series of episodes where it was like this one is just all whatever the fuck Sokka's doing right now.
Or
It's
I mean,
like-
Zuko alone is like almost the perfect analog for that in a lot of ways.
And it's just TV gets away with that because all you have to do is have it be a separate episode. It's titled something to do with the character, and then there you go. It just does that, and you have to deal with it for a week until the next one comes out.
I am interested to see if they make any like crazy changes to the story.
Yeah, I'll be fascinated.
It's
Avoiding
a good
spoilers,
story.
but yeah.
Yeah, avoiding spoiling anything. It's a good story. It's just not as airtight as the first.
Yeah, it's also just like liking The Last of Us Part 1. Wow, I can't believe they got me to say that. Liking The Last of Us doesn't mean that you'll necessarily like Part 2.
Yeah.
Days don't die. Does? Please? Okay.
Soz, we talked about this.
Does we talked about this? I can't have you and your chocobo chick dying. Not on my conscience.
Yeah, if he dies and falls over, does he like crush the chocobo on his
Oh,
head or
that's
something?
right. There's a little like chocobo chick. That's where that thing came from. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, it lives in his hair.
You're just willing to be like, this game's freaky as hell. I guess he just has a bird. Fuck it.
Well, I just because they sat down in this field and I didn't even know it was like related to Saz. I was like, oh, they just came across a little chick. That's weird. And then I was like, oh wait, oh yeah.
I love how willing you were to just let that go.
Could you imagine within that context? Could you imagine if instead of that adorable little chocobo chick walking up to them and interacting with it, could you imagine it being one of these frogs instead?
Yeah, genuinely, based on what I saw at the beginning, at the very first episode of this series, it's one of the least weird things that I've seen. I think that's fair to say.
To be fair, it has gotten more sensical as time's gone on.
I'm so proud of it. I'm so proud of it.
See, folks, this is how you do suspension of disbelief. Wyatt's now willing to believe anything without a single question, just because of one wacky first episode.
Let's open
This is
up the coffin.
all you aspiring. I know you don't. I'm being facetious right now. All you aspiring show writers and movie directors, for people who really want to write Joker 3, you know what you can get away with? Come on.
Joker 3. Oh man.
Joker 3. I mean, I guess without saying anything, there can't really be one. You know what happens in Joker 2, but not that anybody cares.
Baby.
What's the up-down on Joker 2 getting the Morbius treatment?
I don't know, because nobody's really memeing about it, and I feel like that was a big...
It's kind of just agreed on that it's just bad.
Because that's the thing. And granted, I only skimmed through a cam rip because it was a legitimately heated argument on what we should have spent our time doing that night that I was hanging out with a bunch of people, and we sat down. And we're like, okay, how long is it? 2 hours. Because again, this is the same group of people that we watched Madam Web with, and Madam Web will go down as one of the greatest movies ever made. We also watched Morbius with the same group of people, so we're like this is just a thing that we do sometimes. And we're just like, but Joker 2 isn't, like, nobody's, like, people are making fun of it, yeah, but, like, no one's, I don't know, it doesn't have the same funny factor to it. Like, it's not, like, stupid, it's not funny bad. And granted, terrible way to watch a movie. Don't watch any good movies this way to make your opinions on them, but I could watch Joker 2 this way because it doesn't matter, because it's Joker 2. We just kind of, like, first 5 minutes, and just, like, skimmed through, and it literally looked like nothing happened. Like, it looked like nothing happened of note. Like, there wasn't, like, a cool scene, and, like, we'd get into, like, one of the songs, and it was like, this doesn't, like... I feel like if you're doing a musical, you really gotta have at least one song that, like, people are gonna be singing in high school cabarets for the next 25 years, right? Like, you gotta have one of those. You gotta have one of those. But I don't know. Every turn that we took, there was just nothing. There was no sauce. They had like a couple scenes where it looked almost 1-to-1, probably on purpose 1-to-1, that they were like trying to evoke scenes from the first one. But instead it just looked like the same thing was happening. And then I don't know. I don't. Do we care about spoiling Joker 2?
Look, I'm gonna say right now, if you care about Joker 2 spoilers, take the next 5 minutes off.
Okay. So at the end of Joker 2...
Final Fantasy XIII episode.
The fight... Well, we're going through a combat segment right now. There's not much more to comment on than what we already said. At the end of Joker 2... Joaquin Phoenix goes back to he willingly goes back to the asylum because he's like he goes up to Lady Gaga and he's like, I did it, Harley Quinn, we could be free, we could both be crazy out in New Jersey, come on, let's go. And Harley Quinn's like, I've realized now that I really don't like you, you're pathetic, I only like the Joker, I don't like Arthur Fleck, whatever. Yeah, his actual name. I don't like you. I like your persona. And they're having the scene, by the way. They're having the scene, by the way, on the Joker stairs. But it's dark and rainy. I'm not joking. They're having it on a dramatically lit Joker stairs, the exact same staircase that he does the dance on. And he walks up it all sad. And he's like, "Come on, this is the Joker stairs. We can be free. Let's go." And Harley Quinn goes, "I know this is the Joker stairs, but the Joker I'm staring at right now isn't the one I care about." And he's like,
"Oh my god,
what?" And they just cut, and he's willingly gone back into custody of the asylum, and he's like talking with his doctor about like where he's gonna be held, blah 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 blah. And then he's like walking through a hallway, and this other guy walks up to him who's been just mauling at him every single scene that he's been in. He's been staring daggers at Joaquin Phoenix, not saying anything. And like the camera will like pan over and like whoa, like zoom in on him a little bit, like staring at him. Like for the entire movie up until this point, he hasn't said anything. Right? He walks up to him. He's like, "Hey, I hear you're a real funny guy. I got some
Brett?
Did we lose him?
Discord. No, Discord. Discord hitched again. Discord hitched again. This is the 5th time it's done it during this.
Discord doesn't want to hear Joker 2 spoilers, okay?
Well, he's gonna have to deal with it because we're getting to the best part. This is all in the last like 3 minutes of the movie, by the way. I think my explanation of it is gonna be a little bit longer than what actually happens. He walks up to him and he goes, "Yeah, I hear you're a real funny guy. I'm thinking of like some comedy, some stand-up stuff. Do you want to hear? I want to give you some jokes, and can you tell me if they're good?" And Joaquin Phoenix is like, "Yeah, sure, whatever you say." He's like being all nice and stuff, and he's telling him some joke about a psychopath walks into a bar, and he's like all that, literally just like stuff about killing people that like somebody would write on Tumblr as a 12-year-old. And then this random guy stabs Joaquin Phoenix to death. He stabs the Joker to death. Yeah, he kills him! He kills the Joker! And he stabs him to death over and over again with a shiv in the hallway while, like, Frank Sinatra plays or something over it. And he's like, Joaquin Phoenix is like slumped against the wall of the hallway, and he's like slowly dying and like falling down to the floor. And the other
this
guy
is only convincing me more that there will be a Joker 3, and now he's the Joker.
Well, but that's the thing, because people are saying for literally no reason, apparently just the way he laughs. This is I do not care. I'm forever incensed by the superhero super fans. I just don't understand. People are like confidently claiming that the way the guy who kills Joaquin Phoenix laughs means that this movie is the lead-in to the Heath Ledger Joker from the Christopher Nolan movies.
What?
I'm not joking. That is
Does the
what
guy
people
look
are
anything
saying.
like Heath Ledger?
No! No, it's the stupidest shit I've ever heard in my life. It's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. And the guy who directed these two Joker movies is like, "Yeah, I'm never working with DC ever again. I hate it. And I'm not making another one of these."
And on that note, I think we're at the end of our episode.
What?
None of that is 100% truth. Even though it was paraphrased,
Vanille's
it was
face
100%
about
true.
all of that.
I feel like I
This
need
is
to
what she
watch
thinks.
this movie now. I want to watch it now. Oh my god.
Watch the last like 5 minutes, and it's that 1-to-1.
Are you satisfied with this episode of Final Fantasy XIII, Brett?
Amazing epic episode of Final Fantasy XIII with Brett and Ryan and maybe somebody else.
We fought things and talked about the entirety of Joker 2. Don't go see it. All right.
Remember to like, subscribe, and smash that like button.